Hey everyone, I'm Mariana. This is Impression Blend, and it is my final Oscar predictions time. I am going to be predicting all of the categories. Some I am very confident in, some of them I am not confident in at all, but I have made my choices. I'm also going to be giving you my personal picks, as always, but let's not waste any time because we have 23 categories to get through. So let's get started with the shorts. First up is animated short film, and I am pretty confident in this one. I think the Oscar is going to go to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. That one seems to be like the most obvious winner, and what I've learned throughout my years of predicting Oscars is that most of the time, the obvious winner is the one who wins. Most of the time. Not every time, but I think in this case, it is going to be The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And I personally am a fan of An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I think I believe it. I just really enjoy shorts like that one. I love the idea of it, and the execution's pretty cool. But I have to say, there wasn't an animated short that I didn't like this year. So that's a win. But this is what I'm going with, and if I am looking down a lot in this video, it's because I'm looking down at the nominees, of course. Moving on, live action short film. This one I am a little bit on the fence about, but I'm going with An Irish Goodbye for my prediction, just looking at past years and who is behind this short. For me personally, it's Le Pupille. I think that one was absolutely adorable. Moving on to documentary short film, this one I am kind of at a loss for. My personal favorite is Haul Out. That one was insane. If you watch one short this year, please watch Haul Out. The cinematography is stunning. It is feature film worthy cinematography. The mood, the tone, the sound, everything about it. It is so memorable. It's simple, it's effective, and everybody's talking about the moment when the door opens and your jaw just drops on the floor with that one. And so much love for this short. I have heard everybody say that that's their favorite. Makes me think that it makes no sense that this wouldn't win, but it does not have a lot of momentum behind it. So I am actually going to go for Stranger at the Gate with my prediction, which was one of my lesser favorite shorts in this category. But there's just a lot going on with this one where people are connecting with the message. There's a lot of support happening for it recently, and I think that one is going to be the winner. I am really going to be annoyed with myself if it is indeed Haul Out, and I should have just gone with my heart. But I am going with Stranger at the Gate as my prediction for documentary short film. Moving on to the feature films, let's start with a very easy category, visual effects. What do you think is winning visual effects here? Do you think it is potentially a movie that is almost completely visual effects, like Avatar: The Way of Water? Yes, this is going to be the winner. There is absolutely no way something else is winning this category. And for my pick, yes, I'm going with Avatar. It's just, I mean, there's no competition here. So we are going to move on because this is probably one of the easiest categories. Not probably, definitely one of the easiest categories for the Oscars to predict this year. Next up, makeup and hairstyling. I am pretty confident in this one as well, and I think it's going to be Elvis. Now, could something like Black Panther Wakanda Forever win, or The Whale for its prosthetic work? Yes, it could, but I don't think so, and Elvis is actually my pick for this as well. Moving on to costume design, I am not about to bet against Catherine Martin, and I don't think you should either. I think if you were going with a safe choice and with the most obvious choice, it's going to be Elvis, and it is very well deserved. I do love the variety of costumes in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris has some stunning gowns, but let's be real, it's going to be Elvis, and it deserves it. Now, production design is where I have a little bit less confidence. I know Babylon is kind of the front runner at the moment and has been. However, I can see this going any kind of way. I can see this going to Elvis. I could see this going to All Quiet. I am a little bit nervous. Not a little bit nervous. I'm pretty nervous about this one because there just isn't that much love for Babylon, which is very upsetting in my opinion. You guys know, if you've seen my top 10 of the year, I adore Babylon. So I don't know how much it could play against it. I'm very torn on this one. My personal picks are Babylon and All Quiet. If I had to pick, I would go with Babylon. So I guess I'm going to go with my favorite here as well. And I'm going to stick to Babylon and going to be very angry at myself if All Quiet or Elvis win, because I could just see this happening. I could see Babylon going home almost empty-handed and just winning score. But even with score, I am not as confident as I was. We'll get there. Am I predicting Babylon? Yes, I'm predicting Babylon. Am I picking Babylon personally? Yes, I am. We will find out on Sunday how wrong I was. Or should I go with Elvis? What do I do? No, I've made my choice, and I think objectively, Babylon is the best one here. It should win. It will win. I am going to have confidence. Now, moving on to sound, and this one I think is where they're going to reward Top Gun Maverick. Could it go a different way? Probably not. I am sticking with Top Gun Maverick, and honestly, that is a fair choice. I am on board with that one. That is my pick as well. Original song. If Natu Natu does not win this Oscar, I am just never watching Oscars ever again. Okay, that's probably a lie. I'm still gonna watch them, but I'm going to be very, very angry and just confused, honestly, because I don't think this is even a fair competition to the other songs. Also, I'm so excited. They're going to perform it at the Oscars. I usually do not care about the song category all that much, but this is the one year where I am actually very, very excited to see it. I'm very excited to see the performance. I'm very excited to see them win. This is my pick and my prediction. Moving on. Original score. This is where I have lost my confidence, and I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but for a while there, I thought there is no way anything other than Babylon is going to win original score. But Babylon did not sweep the awards leading up to the Oscars. They did not sweep the precursors, and that is upsetting to me. It did not win the BAFTA. It did not win Critics' Choice. Even though it is kind of the obvious winner, I don't know. Objectively speaking, as objective as I can be about a movie that's in my top 3 of the year, I think Babylon's score is one of the most memorable and one of the best things about the film. So to reward production design, which I think they're going to do, and not to reward the score seems bizarre to me. However, no BAFTA, no Critics' Choice. My second favorite pick is All Quiet on the Western Front, and it is gaining momentum, and it is a very memorable score. Just like Babylon is a memorable score too. But I am torn between those two. Easily my favorite is Babylon. But All Quiet, it just sticks in your mind. See, here's the other thing with All Quiet. It got nominated in 9 categories, and I'm currently not predicting it in all that many. So could this be one of those that it's going to win? Its chances are definitely on the rise too. What do we do? You know what? I have a gut feeling about this. I think it's going to be All Quiet. I'm going to predict it as the winner, go against my personal preference. This breaks my heart. I so hope I am wrong because I really, really want Babylon to win. But it is not looking good for Babylon in this category. And I'm afraid that the only thing they're going to walk away with is production design. So All Quiet is my prediction for best score. I did not think I would be saying this. This is crazy, but yeah, that's what I'm going with. Documentary feature film. This one I think is pretty easy. I think it's going to be Navalny for the win. It is not my pick. My pick is Fire of Love. I adore that documentary, and I'm just hoping they do the right thing. Well, you know, all of these documentaries are very, very deserving. I really enjoyed all of them. And I do very much prefer Fire of Love, but I am pretty sure it's going to be Navalny. At least I think this is the safest choice. Could All the Beauty and the Bloodshed suddenly pull a win? Maybe, but I don't think so. I'm pretty confident we're going to see Navalny in this category, but hoping for Fire of Love. Please watch Fire of Love if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. It is just amazing. Footage is amazing, and it's just so wholesome. I love it. Animated feature film. It is going to be Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It has been sweeping. If it was up to me, it would be Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I could not say this title without stumbling over my words because Shelly sells seashells by the seashore is what it's giving me. Yes, Marcel the Shell is my personal favorite. It is absolutely adorable. I love it. However, Pinocchio is going to win. No question. International feature film, another extremely easy category. It's going to be All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, if you think something else is going to win, I think you're very confused, or just it's wishful thinking and you for some reason didn't like All Quiet and don't want it to win. If Decision to Leave was in here, I would question this. There would be at least some doubt in my mind, but even then, probably not that much. With this lineup though, it is going to be All Quiet on the Western Front, case closed, my pick as well. Moving on. Adapted screenplay. Even though women talking is very strong in this category, and this is realistically the only place they could win. They only have 2 nominations. 2? Yeah, it's 2. They just have not been strong with anybody, to be honest. I think that movie was initially expected to perform well and it just didn't. It makes sense to me why, and I personally am not a huge fan of women talking either. Writing and acting are its strongest aspects, and the fact that it wasn't nominated for any acting Oscars is kind of absurd to me, but also says a lot. It does have a Best Picture nomination, but I feel like it's barely a nomination. I think it's between All Quiet and Women Talking, and I have no idea how to choose. My personal preference would actually be Women Talking. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not have a huge favorite in the adapted screenplay category this year. I think it is pretty weak. I do not love any of these screenplays. And as far as All Quiet goes, I am a big fan of the novel, and there's a lot that they changed about the novel, and it does not, as an adaptation of the novel, it gets the ideas across, but it does not get the power of the writing across. That's the best way I can explain it. If you've read All Quiet on the Western Front, which I really, really recommend you do, you would understand what I mean. So I think I am going to predict Women Talking, especially after the WGA win. But if I'm wrong, it's going to be All Quiet. And once again, I'm going to be pretty annoyed with myself. For original screenplay, I'm pretty confident it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Its biggest competitor is The Banshees of Inisherin in my mind, but I think Everything Everywhere All at Once has got this pretty easily. My personal pick, as you might have guessed, is Tar. I adore that film. I adore the way it's written, so I would love to see Tar win, but I do have to be honest with myself here. Looking at how the films have been performing leading up to the Oscars and other awards, a win for Tar is unfortunately not happening. So Everything Everywhere All at Once it is for my prediction. Moving on to editing, I also have Everything Everywhere All at Once here winning, and I do think that is a fair choice. Everything Everywhere is my pick as well. I don't really see anything else pulling forward. If it's not Everything Everywhere, it has to be either Elvis or Top Gun Maverick, and I do not think either of those have a strong enough lead up and strong enough momentum. So yeah, Everything Everywhere for film editing. Now, next up is cinematography. One of my favorite categories, if not the favorite category, and I am pretty confident that cinematography is going to go to All Quiet on the Western Front. Could it once again go to Elvis, because Elvis's presence in this category over other films is really confusing to me. I think cinematography is a strange category this year as far as nominees go. If it's not All Quiet and it's Elvis, I'm just gonna be laughing because that makes no sense to me. Even though, no shade to Elvis, because you guys know I really loved Elvis. It was in my top 10 of the year, and I've been defending that movie since day one. Go watch my review and see how I felt about it. I actually raised my rating for Elvis on repeat viewings. So it's not because of my lack of love for Elvis, but objectively, I just think that All Quiet is the one that deserves the win. It's going to win, and it is my pick. Let's move on to the acting categories, which is where things get even crazier. Supporting actress. What do we think is going to happen? It is between Angela Bassett, Carrie Condon, and Jamie Lee Curtis after SAG. What do we think about Jamie Lee Curtis? I refuse to believe that she is going to be the one to win in this lineup. My prediction here was Angela Bassett for a while, but I am switching to Carrie Condon. I think that is the only place where the Banshees is going to get some recognition. And honestly, Carrie Condon is fantastic in that movie. For my personal pick, I would be between Carrie Condon and Hong Chow, slightly leaning Carrie Condon. I would not be surprised if Angela Bassett won. I would not be surprised if Jamie Lee Curtis won, even though I think that would be a weird win. I think she had her moment at SAG, and I think we are going to Carrie Condon for the Oscars. Actor in the supporting role, a very easy category to predict. Who do you think it's going to be? It's going to be Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He has been winning. That is what's happening. I cannot wait to see his speech. He always makes me so emotional every time he gets up on that stage to accept his awards, and this is going to be a great night for him. We are not going to spend any more time on this category because it is very well deserved, and I am so happy that that is the case. We are moving on to lead actress, which is where, once again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Cate Blanchett or Michelle Yeoh? Who is it going to be is the big question. I am personally rooting for Cate Blanchett. That being said, whoever wins out of these two, I'm going to be sad that the other one didn't win because I wish they were not nominated in the same year. I think they're both very deserving. I think they make the movies that they're in. I honestly wish there could be a tie because, I mean, I'm just, why is this happening? I am choosing Cate Blanchett as my personal winner. However, I think Michelle Yeoh has really gained momentum. I am just looking at what's been going on. That being said, if Cate Blanchett does not win this, then Tar is going home empty-handed, which is kind of ridiculous because it has so many above the line nominations. We have Best Picture, we have Directing, we have Actress in a Leading Role, and then it's also nominated for Editing, Cinematography, Screenplay. I mean, how could you possibly not reward this movie at all? And I know that that's probably not the logic that I assume that that's not the logic Academy voters employ when they vote. They're not like trying to spread the love. At least it doesn't look like it when you look at the winners, but it just seems bizarre because there's so much love for Tar that if they were to give it an award somewhere, it has to be Actress in the Leading Role. I feel like whatever I choose is going to be wrong. Like if I choose Cate Blanchett, I'm going to be wrong and it's going to be Michelle Yeoh. And if I choose Michelle Yeoh, I'm going to be wrong and it's going to be Cate Blanchett. I do think with the way things are looking right now, Michelle Yeoh is the safer option. She is the more obvious choice. But I keep going back to the fact that I'm not predicting Tar in any other categories. So that seems just wrong to me. Am I making a mistake? Is Tar really not going to win anything at all? I'm going to keep my Michelle Yeoh prediction. Although, is Cate Blanchett getting her third Oscar? She is at some point. Is it going to be for Tar? I don't know. I am going to predict Michelle Yeoh. I might regret this later. Hi, future Mariana here, editing this video. I kept thinking about it and I just could not let Tar go without a single award. So I'm going to take a bit of a gamble on Best Actress and predict Cate Blanchett, my favorite. I still think it could go either way, but this is my final choice for this category. I hope she wins. I think she deserves it. I'm going to move on from lead actress because I could spend so much time talking to myself about this. And we need to spend all this time talking about lead actor because that is another category where I don't know what to do here. My pick is Brendan Fraser for The Whale. I think he is absolutely the most deserving here. As much as I adore Austin Butler in Elvis, as much as I adore Colin Farrell in Banshees and Paul Mescal in After Sun, I think it's a wonderful leading actor lineup. Is Austin Butler going to win the Oscar? He won the BAFTA. He won so many things. Brendan Fraser did win SAG. I feel like Austin Butler's momentum is definitely happening, but this is a category where I'm going to stick to my guns because I refuse to believe that Brendan Fraser's comeback is not happening at the Oscars. He has to win. I need him to win. And I'm just going to tell you right away, if you want to pick a safe option, I think you should go with Austin Butler for Elvis because it's looking really good for him. But my prediction is going to be Brendan Fraser for The Whale. It is also my pick. I know I am voting with my heart here and not my head, but I mean, it has to be Brendan Fraser. I'm going to be so happy for Austin Butler if he wins, but also so disappointed for Brendan Fraser because I do not think he's going to get another chance to win an Oscar. And Austin Butler, if his career takes off, which I'm sure it's going to, is absolutely going to get another chance to win the Oscars. So Brendan Fraser is my prediction and my pick. Directing, who is going to win? I think it's going to be the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I would love to see Todd Field win for Tar. That is my pick. I would absolutely love to see a win for Tar or a win for Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. I bet you didn't see that one coming. He's not winning. It does make me sad that Triangle of Sadness is not going to win anything. However, I am just so happy that they're even nominated, especially being nominated for directing and Best Picture. Hell yes. However, my pick is Tar. For my personal preference, it's going to be the Daniels, and I am so happy for them. They deserve it. And as far as Best Picture goes, I mean, I think it's been over for a while now and people have been in denial about it, but I'm pretty sure everybody is on board now with predicting Everything Everywhere All at Once. I will say, if Edward Berger was nominated in the directing category for for All Quiet on the Western Front, I would seriously consider All Quiet to be the Parasite of 2023 Oscars. However, without the directing category, I think it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. And while it could be All Quiet, that could be the upset. And I think it is the runner-up. I think it is the biggest competition for Everything Everywhere. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this is the year for a foreign language film to win Best Picture again. I think it's going to happen sometime very soon, but not in 2023. I don't think you need to be predicting anything other than Everything Everywhere All at Once. That is what I'm predicting. That is my pick. You guys know it's my favorite movie of the year, and that is going to be it for my predictions. Let me know in the comments below what your picks and predictions are. Let me know what you disagree with me on. Let me know what we agree on. Let me know what you think about the Oscars. Are you interested in the Oscars this year? I'm assuming you are, because why else would you have not just clicked on this video, but also watched it to the very end? Why are you here if you don't care? But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I will see you very, very soon in my next video. Bye.